Greetings and welcome to another episode coming to you from the Thought Exchange Cafe. And I'd like to thank you for joining me for this episode. Here at the Thought Exchange Cafe, we bring you ordinary community people doing extraordinary things to bring about enlightenment, growth, and change. This is not entertainment. This is edutainment. And why is it edutainment? Because entertainment is easy. Entertainment you find on TV, you find on the radio, entertainment is everywhere. And it is so relevant today. Other than educating yourself, keep educating yourself, because the more you educate yourself, the more you become valuable. And not just valuable to yourself, but valuable to society and those people that you choose to surround yourself with. Keep this in mind. You are the sum of the 5 people that you hang around the most. And when they talk about chickens, the chicken's coming home to roost. You're not a chicken. No, you're not. You're an eagle. And as an eagle, check out your wingspan. Put your arms out. That's your wingspan. See how wide that wingspan is? Now just begin to like that bird. Like that bird. See, that bird knows that once that bird get the wind up underneath their wings, they're able to soar. They're able to soar through the sky. Have you ever noticed how a bunch of birds get together and they're flying and they're in this pack? You ever notice how it looks like they're getting closer and closer to one another, but they don't crash into one another? And why is that? Because they have cohesion. They know how they know how to stay with the rhythm and the flow of one another. And this is something that they were not taught in school. They didn't have to go to aviation school to learn how to fly. No, they didn't. It was given to them when they were created. My name is Tony Davis, and I'll be your host for this episode, coming to you from the Thought Exchange Cafe. Now, tonight I just want to let you know that we haven't had any guests on the panel as of yet, but in the next week, we're going to start bringing in guests, and we're going to bring in a host of different guests that's going to bring about information that's going to enlighten, inspire, and motivate. But on top of that, just as well too, to educate. Because see, it comes a point in time where we have to come out of that. We have to come out of that mode of just thinking that life is linear. Life is this straight line. Life hasn't been a straight line for anybody. I know it hasn't been a straight line for me. I've had multiple ups and downs, goods and bads, situations where there were crossroads after crossroad after crossroad. But guess what? I sit here hosting the Thought Exchange Cafe for a reason and for a purpose. And this show may not be like anyone else's show. And it don't supposed to be like anyone else's show. I don't supposed to mimic anybody. And why is that? Because I'm not a fabricator. Okay? I'm an originator. I'm an authenticator. And so are you. You are an originator, an authenticator. Wherever you go, you're supposed to authenticate. You're supposed to bring something different to that place, to that person, no matter where you go. I heard this quote. It said that no matter where you go, always bring your own sunshine with you. Because when you bring your sunshine with you, there's no place that's going to be too dark. And you're going to bring light to that place. And when you bring light to that place, guess what? You bring life to that place. And that's who you are. You know, getting over that, like I said, talking about linear, time being linear, life being linear, this straight line. No, life is not. You know, you ever see the EKG machines? Boop, 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 boop. Up and down, up and down, up and down. And that's showing your heart rate, that's showing your frequency, that's showing your energy, that's showing your blood flow, that's showing everything within you, your heart rate. Doop, 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 doop. Right? And with the ups and the downs, those ups and the downs they're there to make us stronger. Because if we don't ever fall down or trip over something, how are we going to know how to get up? We're not. Because if you never fall, and then when you do fall, you're not going to know how to get up. You're going to stay there and you're going to whine and you're going to roll over. And you just might, right? Roll over in a bunch of mud and can't breathe and can't get back up. See? So it's okay to fall down. And as there's another quote, and I can't say who made this quote, but I did hear Les Brown say, if you fall, make sure you fall on your back. That way you can get up. And just like a baby's going to fall multiple times, right? A baby's going to fall 1,000 times, but that baby's going to get up 1,001. And that has to be what we do. And another thing I want to talk about is that maintaining or re, relocating or getting back to having that childlike curiosity that we had when we were babies, when we were kids growing up. That childlike curiosity brought a world of wonder, a world of wonder. You know, when we were, go back and think about when you were a kid, some of those things that you thought about, some of those things that you aspired to be. And what happened to that? Where did we begin to lose that or allow it to be suppressed? As we started growing up and the responsibilities started to tack themselves on, and the responsibilities started to become a whole lot, the responsibilities started coming heavy. And that childlike curiosity started going out the door. Working 14, 15 hours a day. And I can say that you might say, well, I got a 9 to 5, I work 8 hours. Think about this. From the time you get up out of your bed in the morning and you're preparing for work, you're at work. Your travel to work, you're at work. Your travel from work, you're at work, and then you get home. You spend 8 hours in the building, but how much time did you spend getting to the building and getting from the building? And then you do it all over again and again. I talked to a gentleman yesterday, and he's a great guy, good guy. And he's an architect, an engineer. And he worked at this firm for 20 something, 30 years. And he's just now retiring. And he said to me, Tony, I just retired, but I also just found out that I got prostate cancer. And all I could do was sit down and just try to digest that, just try to, for him. And he said to me that the only thing that he's really worried about was not being able to utilize the money that he had put into the retirement and that the government was going to get all the money if he passes. Think about that for a moment. We worked all these years just to get ready to retire. And just at that time when you retire, you can't enjoy it. I myself been working for many, many years and I'm still a young man. I still got some time to go before I can even think about retirement because they keep pushing the goalposts further and further back. The moral of the story is this: don't wait for your retirement to enjoy your right now. Because all we have is the right now, the present time. That's all that we have. And that's a fact. Enjoy each and every day that you get. Smile, do the best you can to laugh, do the best you can to make someone else laugh just as well too. And keep this in mind. Key, keep educating yourself because the more you educate yourself, the more valuable you become. And when you become more valuable, guess what? You get more than you would by not being valuable, and you're able to buy your time back. And by buying your time back, you're able to do some of those things that you always wanted to do. And I'm in the process right now myself of putting together a system where I can buy my time back in order to be able to do some of the things that I would like to do now and not think about waiting. I was out to we had went out to breakfast with a group, the friends and family living healthy. And one of the gentlemen had on a shirt. And on the shirt it said, "Why wait? Do it now." And that was so profound. Why wait? That's right. Do it now. And why not now? Because we may not get the opportunity to do it when we say we're going to do it because sometimes we can get caught up in paralysis analysis and plan this, plan that, plan this. And next thing you know, ain't nothing got done. Then 5 years down the road, you're saying, well, Dad, where did the time go? The time went into paralysis analysis, work, forgetting, and aging. Which is true, and aging, because that's going to happen anyway. We're going to age. Each and every day we grow. Each and every day as the day passes, guess what? So does some of that time that we were giving. We were given. So I just want to say to you to enjoy enjoy your true self. Why? Because everyone else is taken, so you might as well be you. You might as well do those things that you desire to do. But also go back and go back inside and allow that childlike curiosity, right? To have its way again. You know, for myself, I'm learning not to be so serious. Like the Joker on the Batman movie. Why so serious? You know, and he didn't say that just to be saying it. I mean, this is just my perspective, right? You know, we supposed to have fun. We supposed to enjoy this life that we've been given, right? And in order to enjoy it, we have to get over some things and we have to allow some things to get beyond us and not carry them along with us. Feelings, emotions, those things from the past that there's some things we can't do nothing about. There's some things we have no control over. And I'm aware of that much better today. Today, what I do is, and I talked about this on some of the past episodes about finding myself this quiet place where I go to every morning, meditate, pray, and journal. And my daughter got me into journaling. And I didn't know how to journal. I would just say good morning to me. I didn't know how to express my feelings or my emotions on paper when I started. But that's been over 2 years now. Actually, I'm in the second year now of my journaling. And I've discovered something about myself. And if I discovered some things that I can let go. I also discovered how to become more emotionally intelligent, how to be more patient with myself, how to be more forgiving, and how to not allow that logical mind to get the best of me, to quiet that inner voice. And I also realized that inner child, that inner child needed some healing. And I had to talk to that inner child in order to allow that inner child to heal. When I allowed that inner child to heal, my whole perspective changed. And I'll talk about more of that healing of the inner child in another episode. So once again, I want to just thank you for joining, but I also want to let you know that we got some great shows coming up ahead with some wonderful guests. And I urge you to tune in and check us out over here at the Thought Exchange Cafe. And like always, I like to share a book. And the book that I'm sharing today with you is Intentional Ascension: How to Succeed on Purpose, written by F.J. Preston. And this is F.J. Preston on the back. And just to give you a little bit, because the book is very interesting. And I just started, but I'll share with you. And just a little something that I just started the book on page 4. It says, "This is how I learned to work backwards. Try this. Decide what you want the outcome to be and do whatever it takes to make it happen." So, this is the book that I'm reading now, Intentional Ascension: How to Succeed on Purpose by F.J. Preston. And I'll share more on this book and what I got from it, and I'll read a few things out of it, some things that, might interest you just as well too. So keep educating yourself. Fear, FEAR, false evidence appearing real. Once again, my name is Tony Davis, coming to you from the Thought Exchange Cafe, and I look forward to seeing you again on the next episode. And thank you for your time. Thank you for your comments and your suggestions. Until next time, peace, joy, and love and abundance unto you.